Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, who will mark her significant 60th birthday on January 20, once offered her thoughts on her connection with the late Queen Elizabeth II. Sophie has been regarded as one of the monarchy's most dependable figures due to her loyalty and understated style in royal life. As a patron of over 70 charities and organizations, she has dedicated her efforts to advocating for young people, supporting individuals with disabilities, and increasingly raising awareness about sexual violence in conflict-affected areas. During her trip to South Sudan in 2020, Christina Lamb, the chief foreign correspondent for the Sunday Times, inquired whether Sophie truly felt a strong connection with the late Queen. In a telling 6-word response, Sophie stated, "I think so. I hope so." When Sophie, Duchess of Sussex, initially encountered the late Queen, she held a somewhat different perspective, as she came from a background unlike other royal suitors. According to royal expert and biographer Ingrid Seward, Sophie wasn't from that world. She had never faced anything akin to the royal family and was extremely anxious, shy, and at a loss for words during her first meeting with the Queen, who consequently perceived her as somewhat unremarkable and informed a friend, "You wouldn't notice her in a crowd." Nevertheless, the late Queen grew to appreciate Sophie more as she got to know her. In her early career as a public relations professional, Duchess Sophie was associated with various companies, including 4 years at Capital Radio, the Quentin Bell Organization, and McLaurin Communications and Media. In 1996, she established her own public relations firm, RJH Public Relations, which she managed with her business partner, Murray Harkin, for 5 years. The Queen also admired Sophie and Edward's choice not to grant their children, Lady Louise Windsor and James, Earl of Wessex, the HRH title. They will have the option to adopt the titles once they turn 18, but Sophie has mentioned that she considers this highly unlikely, and Louise has opted not to use it. In 2019, both the late Queen and Sophie participated in celebrating the accomplishments of the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Trust, where they served as patron and vice patron respectively, and during this event, Sophie affectionately referred to Her Majesty as Mama, demonstrating a deeply personal nickname for the late Queen. Sophie has also shown that she is the 4th most industrious member of the royal family, behind Princess Anne, King Charles, and her husband, Prince Edward, and she completed 257 official engagements at home and abroad in the previous year. The Duchess of Edinburgh has displayed great affection for her spouse. In a speech prior to Edward's 60th birthday, Sophie shared insights into why their partnership functions well. She emotionally remarked, "He has been my guide and shown me the way over the years. He has provided me with much support and advice, not always heeded, I confess, and his insights and instincts, honed over decades of service, are priceless. Together, I believe we make quite a good team. I am incredibly proud of the man he is. He is the best of fathers, the most affectionate of husbands, and continues to be my best friend."